So what's the best way to start running? If you are just starting out, or like me, restarting your running, where do you start building or rebuilding that fitness? I'm sure some of you would think that an experienced runner will know exactly what to do, but 2020 was a year that we all suffered in some way. For me, I actually sustained the worst injury I've ever had. I picked up an inner knee problem that kept me out of running for about 7 months. And before that, I had never had an injury that kept me out of training for more than a few weeks. I had no idea how the injury happened, and with the pandemic in full swing, I didn't exactly feel getting my knee checked out was a priority. However, I also became a dad for the first time, at 40 years old I might add, and my daughter was born over 8 weeks early in July 2020. Now, this isn't as bad as it sounds because we were quite lucky and she came out relatively healthy, but she had to go through some stages before we could bring her home, and before we knew it, another 2 months had passed. Bliss was the charity that looked after my daughter and a lot of other people's sons and daughters who were born premature or sick. So in 2021, when the Bliss May 100k challenge came up, this was surely my time to give something back. It came at a time where I am restarting my fitness, and my daughter loving Sonic the Hedgehog, who is a blue hedgehog that runs really fast.
All right, looking good.
No, I'm kidding. I know exactly who Sonic is. I'm very pleased. The question is, how would I do it? With thanks to Helen at Energym Fitness, I had just gone through a 28-day fitness kickstart, which was some much needed circuit training. But this challenge was running. And not only was this challenge over 4 half marathons in a month, when I'm only used to running one a year, by this time with my injury, my daughter's birth and all the new parent adjustments, I hadn't run any regular routine for 14 months. So do I train how I normally train, start light, stagger the runs up, try and build it up towards the end of the month, or do I run 5k for 5 days? Well, that got me thinking, what would happen if I ran 3.5k every day for 30 days? This concept goes against every lesson in running I have learned, like staggering running distances, do different routes, rest days, fatigue, reduce fatigue, this sort of stuff. But it was only 3.5k run, that's just over 2 miles a day. It's a beginner's running distance, but it's every day. How would my body change? When would I start getting fed up with it? What happens if I get injured? And more interestingly, how would my heart rate change and effectively handle it? I also have a holiday to go on, which means that effectively this challenge will have to continue while I'm away. If you want to come out with me on one of my runs, please get in contact. Otherwise, if you have been supported by Bliss or you would like to support Bliss, please click in the link and give as little as £2 to support me in my challenge. They made a real difference to my daughter, have people represent the very best in humankind, and they will be there for you if you need them. And after all this is over, I will share with you what happens when you run 3.5k every day for 30 days.